Hello, Marblehead, and welcome to Up for Discussion, the award-winning program where we explore the issues you will be talking about around town. This is our 92nd edition of Up for Discussion, from our homes to yours via Zoom. Well, we welcome to our panel Chris Stevens of the Marblehead Reporter, Will Dowd of the Swampscott Reporter, and a special guest, Dr. John Buckey, our Superintendent of Schools. Anthony Silva is away. Well, yeah. Let's go to topic number 2. Work is underway at the Mariner project. It was
just as they wrapped the Brown School, they started the Mariner.
Well, they're neighbors now.
Yeah, I know.
They are neighbors. So it was 5 years in the making, but work is finally underway at the Mariner on Pleasant Street. At a groundbreaking ceremony in early September, developer Michael Lafayette predicted it would open in 2023.
Yeah.
New assisted living facility will add $160,000 a year to the town's bottom line. And already they've paid more than $250,000 in permits and fees. And that's all money that the town can use. So Chris, you covered the groundbreaking. What did you learn?
I doesn't say not a lot, because I mean, they've kept me in the loop going along. But it was just exciting to finally see it going on. It was weird. I actually drove by today and most of the main building is gone. Most of that yellow building is just, it's just a pile of sticks. You should take a ride by, Will. So I think when they first started tearing up the trees, that's when it was just like, all right, we're cooking, we're moving on that now. It's going to be nice. It's when you say 2023, it sounds like far away, but it's really only about 17 months that they're planning on it. It's going to be open. They're already taking reservations. They already have some reservations. So, people that were thinking maybe this isn't, right for Marblehead, I beg to differ. I thought what was nice was I was a little disappointed that all the neighbors didn't come out and protest. I was really kind of hoping they would, but I guess they've given up on that. And it was raining. But I thought it was nice that they took a minute to recognize, getting lost in all those protests, there were neighbors that supported the project. There were people that live, the Greniers and the Rhodes and a few of other people that were very outspoken and supported the project. And I thought it was nice to see them there and sort of get their, they got a shout out from the developers.
It was interesting too, they recognized a couple of Marblehead's favorite people. Fraffy Welch and Judy Jacoby.
And Judy Jacoby, they were very much supporters. It was interesting. I don't think it was lost on anybody that none of the selectmen were at came to the groundbreaking. And Judy was the only one that was a vocal supporter of that project. She was very much in favor of it, and I have no doubt that she would have been there. And we all know Fraffy was, she was their biggest cheerleader. So next to you, actually, Ed. So
Ed and I actually sat next. I remember sitting next to Ed and his wife, and also Judy during the meetings that would go on. I'm not
on.
Yeah, and on. I mean,
you think the school committee meetings are bad?
This was probably like 5 years ago. Whenever I was when Marblehead was my beat, and I mean, these meetings would just go on. And on and on. And I mean, we would just have like detailed reports of what was going on. I'm wondering has there been any discussion about possibly having like intergenerational kind of learning opportunities with the assisted living? Has that come up at all with the schools?
It hasn't come up yet. They do some of that with the Council on Aging, but the company that is going to be running this, Northbridge Companies, is a relatively small local New England company, and it wouldn't surprise me if that is something that they would definitely be open to, because that seems to be sort of right down their road. They were very nice, and I like the idea that they're using this sort of smaller New England company to run their operations. And the food, if the food is anything like the food they had at that opening, I'll be moving in. It was amazing.
But it's to see that Killiam Estate House go down. I mean, that building was beautiful, and yellow's my favorite color. So
It was pretty run down. I don't know if you'd been by it lately, but it was.
Yeah, but it was, the bones of that thing was beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that that thing had been cut up into apartments, and it wasn't very gracefully done. I mean, it was pretty awful, to be honest with you.
It looked like a horror set. Me and Chris actually got a freaking. We got a couple years back. Michael gave us a tour of some of the properties around there, and it looked like a horror movie. I mean, it really did.
Well, he offered to give me a tour, and he warned me to bring a stick or something to fight off the vermin. I mean,
nice.
Goodness.
Good.
Well, you know, I guess I join you, Chris. I was a little surprised that our top town officials didn't at least send a delegate.
No.
I mean, here's $160,000 in revenue, $250,000 in fees.
Yeah.
That's not chump change.
No, Becky Cutting was there, it was nice to see her. And I know there guys from the inspections office, from the building department were there.
Yeah.
Lisa Hooper was there. Yes, yeah, of course she was. I spoke with her, director of council on aging.
Yeah.
And I know for like Erin and Alexa Singer, you know, that was school get out time. So I'm sure that they were probably picking up their kids or getting ready to go get their kids from school. It was a little bit of an awkward time for them. But yeah, I was a little surprised that Jackie or Jim didn't show up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting.
So, Ed, let me ask you: is that $160,000 just new growth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's new growth. Okay.
That goes right to the bottom line.
Wow.
Yeah, the $200,000 is like one-time the permit fees, various permit fees, and I'm sure there's more coming down the road. There's a lot of permit fees.
It was close to $200,000 like that. Yeah. I'd like to know what that demolition fee cost.